My 10 favorite songs from Papa Roach. Formed in Northern California in the early 90s, they've had 11 albums. The first was self-produced, and their second album, Infest, which most people consider really their first album, was a huge success. It was 4-time platinum. It wasn't that big in the charts, but it was huge in sales. They're a very active band. Along with those albums, they've had 10 EPs. They pretty much release a major album every 2 to 3 years. It's the end of 2025, and they're due actually for their next album. They have released a few singles recently. They've had the same band members pretty much for the whole time. The only change has really been with the drummer. And when the drummer did change, they got more of a punk rock drummer. The band has their own sound. They're very diverse. They're a hard rock metal band, and they really keep to the times. Each album progresses with kind of the style of metal, really keeping current to what's going on with newer bands. Falling Apart, the third and last single from their 2015 album Fear. It's an acronym, Face Everything and Rise, acting like they're Gary Busey out here with how they're doing their album names. It has the most modern metal song of anything I'm going to have on this list. It gives me almost a mix of Animals as Leaders and a Polyphia vibe. Great vocal melodies in the chorus, a really cool bridge. The bridge is really a key part of the song. It's not just a transition piece. And I don't think they're a religious band, but I do believe this song has religious connotations to it. Take Me from Getting Away with Murder in 2004. This was the third and last single, and it was released the year after the album. On the expanded edition of the album, they have them doing this live for Napster. It was like a bonus track. The intro guitar part sounds more like 3 Days Grace to me than Papa Roach. The song starts immediately with the chorus, very bold move. The verse has a very cool, busier type of guitar riff. Really great, amazing melody and vocal performance throughout the whole song. This album had a bunch of really great songs that I think overshadowed this song, unfortunately. Forever, the second single from the Paramore sessions in 2007. This was their last album with their original drummer, and in the Billboard charts, it's their second best performing song. It's a ballad, almost like a metal ballad. Little dirty girl, and he harmonizes with the vocals. It sounds super cool. Great bass intro, gives me Gone Away from the Offspring vibes. There's guitar feedback sweeps and really cool delay parts like it's The Edge. Builds to the chorus and he really belts out the vocals. You get a vibra slap in the second verse, a very underutilized instrument in rock music. M80, Explosive Energy Movement from Love, Hate, Tragedy in 2002. This is the opening track. It's also used in the Amplitude video game for PS2. That game was a music game. It had 26 tracks, ranging from artists like David Bowie to Pink, Blink-182, and Slipknot. This is the song Papa Roach chose to use. It's got very punk rock vibes. The music itself doesn't sound very punk rock, but the attitude, the production, just the song as a whole gives me very punk rock and hardcore vibes. The vocals are great. There's a screaming tone to most of it. Vocals are kind of held back in the mix where you don't hear them really up front, but I think it fits it really well. There's a really great groovy part at the end. A really cool song, really heavy song from Papa Roach. Not Listening from Getting Away with Murder in 2004. This song was used in multiple video games, a lot of racing games, including Gran Turismo and NASCAR games. It's another one of their songs that starts right away with a chorus. I'd say like the verse guitar riff is the most quintessential sounding Papa Roach, and I mean that in the best way possible. There's a certain style and sound to their guitar riffs that are in a lot of their popular songs, and this has that. This is a perfect example of it. And then the chorus is very straightforward. I like the dynamics between those parts. You get rap style verses and you get harsh vocals for the chorus. That vocal style is another quintessential thing that they do. Blood Brothers from Infest in the year 2000. It didn't hurt that the song was on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, which was a huge game. And this song's about their crew, and also some of the lyrics are references from the Terminator. They're most known for the song Last Resort. I like this song so much better. I think it's so much cooler, the guitar riff in this, and then how the bass joins in with it. That melody, that motif kind of stays throughout the whole song. And then the last chorus when he's belting out that just kill, kill, kill over and over again. It's so heavy. I was a teenager when I first heard this. And this was the first really screaming music that I listened to. Into the Light from Metamorphosis in 2009. This was their first album with their new drummer. And this has a guitar solo from Mick Mars, most famous from Motley Crue. Very wad out, almost sounds like it's talking. A great sounding bass intro, then he yells out, "This is a warning," and I'm immediately hooked to this song. The drum pattern has a very Muse feel to it. I feel like the song was almost written around Mick Mars to have him do that guitar solo. Like they asked him to do a song, and then with that in mind, they wrote that song. I don't know if that's true, but that's just how it feels listening to it, especially when you get to that guitar solo part. Dead Cell from Infest in the year 2000. This was their last single and it was released the year after the album. Playing this song live is what helped them get signed. The import of Infest has bonus tracks and this is the only live song as one of those bonus tracks. It was in Sean Palmer's Pro Snowboarder. It tried to be like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, didn't do as well. It was also in movies. It was in Queen of the Damned. This was a movie Aaliyah was in, came out after she died. I was a teenager at this time learning how to play guitar, and this song was a huge influence on me. Tone of it, what he's playing, everything about it from a guitar standpoint. And that bridge breakdown with the scream, it just sounds so great. Between Angels and Insects from Infest in the year 2000. This was their third single and it was released the following year. This song was inspired by Fight Club, and there's that line, "The things you own you." I was like a freshman, sophomore at this time, and I didn't really understand what that meant. I knew it meant something, and I was gonna understand one day. At the time, I didn't. Definitely do today. The intro guitar riff, that same theme continues throughout the whole song. There's a lot of emotion in this song, and that stuck with me when I was a kid hearing it. Especially get to that bridge part. I kind of felt like I was a little bit of an outcast kid, and I think the lyrics and the message in that part really stuck out. Scars from Getting Away with Murder in 2004. This was a single and it was a huge hit. It's what made this album their next best-selling album after Infest. It was their best song on the Billboard charts. It was their only song to break the top 40, getting to number 15. It's a ballad in nature. It's not a cheesy song though. It's not from a random songwriter. I listened to every song they've done making this list, and their lyrics are pretty profound actually. A lot more intense than I realized. They're very meaningful. It's probably some of the most meaningful lyrics I've ever heard outside of Rush. So I think this song really means something to them. Does all the things that Papa Roach does well. Pulsing, cool guitar riffs, spoken word, rap, almost poem style lyrics with harsh vocals, and then lyrics that really have a very strong meaning.